Investing for beginner. What are some of the most profitable investments that you can make? I get asked this question a lot. So today on the way, we're actually going to a dealership to pick up a new car for my executive director, my right-hand man, Desmond Soon. You might have seen him on Facebook. So today he's going to pick up a new car, his SQ5. So I want you to join with me and come along for the ride. Now, to answer your question, what are some of the most profitable investments that you can make? Now, people ask me that question usually because they don't know what to invest in. There's so much noise in the marketplace, right? People are talking about Bitcoin. I call that Buttcoin, right? The cryptocurrency. Or is it the stock market? Is it a mutual fund? Is it index fund? Is it real estate? Is it gold, oil? Like, what do you invest in? First of all, before we talk about the different types of investments out there, let me just share with you that the type of investments that rich people invest in versus the poor and middle class are very, very different. Very, very different. When you are in your income, when you make certain amount of money, when you become a credit investor, when you make certain level of income, the investment world opens up to you. There are many more choices and many more vehicles. Now, sometimes people might say that's very risky. A lot of investments you have never even heard of that suddenly now you can invest in. So, when it comes to investments, before you choose what type of investments you want to invest in, you first have to determine what kind of investor you are. It's like you're asking me, what kind of car should I buy? Well, it depends. Use it for like leisure? Are you using it for business? Are you using it to drive your family around? If that's the case, maybe SUV makes sense. If it's for like you like to drive fast car, maybe a sport car, that makes sense. Like a Porsche or a Ferrari, Lamborghini, whatever it is. A little bit more risky, costs more money. Or are you the type of investor that your age? Are you between 30 to 40 years old? Are you between 40 to 50? Because it also depends, as you get older, then you might want investment that more protect the capital. When you are younger, you can go a little bit more aggressive and say, I want growth, right? Growth versus security. That also makes a difference. So all that take into consideration. That's why I don't like the question where, okay, Dan, what should I invest in? Or what do you invest in? Well, what makes sense for me might not make sense for you, right? You may not be there yet, or the capital that you have, you may not be ready for that type of investment. Or what I like SUV, doesn't mean you should drive SUV, right? I like a sport car, doesn't mean you should drive a sport car. Even within sports car, there's so many different brands. I like certain type of color, I like certain type of engine, I like certain type of interior. Does that make sense? So it all depends. It all truly depends. The problem is, people ask that type of question, they're looking for an easy answer. Because most of the time, you haven't done your due diligence. You haven't done your research. You don't know what you should do. You don't know what you're interested in. So anything that sounds good, someone on Facebook talking about cryptocurrency, oh, that sounds good, I should do that. Your friend gave you a hot tip on a stock, let's jump into that, right? It's like you don't have clarity as an investor. So first, you got to know what type of investor you are. Are you more for growth? Are you more for capital gain? Are you more for security? You want dividends? All that makes a difference. Okay, so I don't like stocks personally. So I'm not a stock guy. I'm a real estate guy. But some people, my friends, they do very well with stocks. Good for them. It's not something I like. I don't have control over it. I don't like the fact that I put in the money. I can't call the CEO and say, hey, I don't like the way you're spending about this kind of expense, right? I can't control that. But for most people, that's good. I like control when it comes to investing. I like control in terms of the finance. I like control in terms of decision. I like businesses. I put money in businesses because I have a say. I can dictate. I can have some form of control of where the business could go. I like real estate because I have control over tax, I have control over the cash flow, I have control over the appreciation, a lot of different things, right? I can look at these things. It's slower, it is more stable, so it's up to, there's so many other factors. The second thing you got to consider is, are you a capital gain investor or are you a cash flow investor? So I'm a cash flow investor. Capital gain investor meaning that you buy something, you are expecting you buy something at a certain amount and it goes up, there's an appreciation, there's that you are making money on the upside, right? And in the spread. That's perfectly fine. So that's a capital gain investor. Cash flow investor, on the other hand, we invest in something, we are looking for that consistent cash flow that will produce for us, right? I'm a cash flow investor. So I don't look at something and then buy something and invest in something. Hopefully, okay, I buy it in X. Hopefully in 6 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years, it'll go up to Y and I sell that. That's good, but that's to me speculation. Nobody can predict, nobody can be sure and guarantee that's going to be the upside. So I like cash flow investing where I invest in something, I know the cash flow, let's say is 10% return. Okay, cool, 10%, I know every year I'm getting 10% return back. So if it's 10%, no changes, it would take me 10 years to get all my money back. However, if there are things that I could do in terms of the investment where I could add value to it, such a piece of real estate where you buy, you fix it up, you add value, put a better tenant, if it's a commercial real estate, that can increase the value of the property, of the asset, that makes sense to me. So that's just my personal preference. Again, just me. Doesn't mean that's what you should do either. So capital gain versus cash flow investing. Third thing, and the most important thing is, depends on where the stage you are at. I think, and this is my opinion, if you are making less than $250,000 a year, income-wise, the best investment that you can make is in yourself. Investing, upgrading your skills, investing, upgrading your knowledge, right? Your skill set. So your earning ability is improved. Your earning ability is improved. So let's say you are a consultant. You're making $250,000 a year. Yeah, you could invest this and that, but to me, you need to make more money so you have more extra cash to invest. So let's say you're making $250,000 a year and you take a program, you learn how to be able to run a workshop. So now you can serve more people, not just working with client one-on-one, but you can work in small groups. And you take that workshop, it costs you $10,000. And you learn that, and now you can offer a workshop, and from the workshop, you make $50,000 hypothetically. So that $10,000 investment that you invest in yourself now produces a return of $50,000. Now that's a 500% return. Now my question to you is, where can you get that kind of return? In any investments, you cannot. So when in doubt, when your income is not there, instead of trying to throw money at something where hopefully I'll get rich through that or whatever it is, and you jump on a bandwagon, and why not invest in yourself? Upgrading your skills, because that $10,000 you invest, you made $50,000. That's okay, because that skill stays with you. You can do that over again and again and again, and you can make money for the rest of your life. You can't go wrong when you invest in yourself. So when it comes to investing in my own education, my own, like going to workshops, attending programs, hiring people, hiring consultants, learning from advisors, I'm never cheap. I'm very generous. I'm willing to invest in that. I always invest, and you keep investing, and that's the difference. So the most profitable investment I believe that you can make at any age, invest in yourself. Once you've done that, your income has increased, then invest in your business, invest in your marketing, acquire those customers. If you spend on Facebook, if I spend every dollar I spend, if I get $3 and $5 back, and to acquire a customer, every dollar I put in, I can make $2, $3, $5 back. Again, that's 100% of return. You cannot get that from an investment, from a passive investment, but you could get that from your business, stuff that you can control. So I think you should get to that point where you are making yourself a lot of money. Let's say 250, 6 figure. Your business is making you a lot of money. So pays for your overhead, your expense, plus you have extra cash flow, extra profit. Now you take that money, now you invest in some type of investments. That's what I believe in. So there you go. May not be the answer you're looking for, but really do your research. Only invest in something you understand. Don't let greed controls you. Don't let greed takes over. Don't feel like you're missing out. You're not missing out on anything. There's always another deal. There's always another investment. So plenty of opportunities. Invest in something you understand. Invest in yourself. You can't go wrong with that.
Oh wow. Holy smokes. Yeah, holy smokes. This is like a space facility.
Absolutely.
It's like NASA or something.
Here's the new car.
Are you kidding?
Here's the key.
Wow.
Here's the key.
Thank you very much. You're kidding. Like, holy shit.
Wow.
Oh.
You work hard. That's been with me almost 3 years now, right?
Yes.
My right-hand guy.
Yes.
It's been through a lot, right? And one of the dreams he told me was to get a new car for your dad,
My
right?
dad,
Your dad at a time, and he's worked very, very hard. And he deserved this, truly deserved this. But
Thank you.
check out a new car. Check out a new car.
I love it. White and red Brembo brakes.
I like this.
Oh, look at the light. I love
the ground there.
it. I
This
love
is
it.
awesome.
Oh God, I had no idea. Oh wow.
Wow.
Look at that.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. This is very sexy. It's very sporty, very sexy. Thank you so much, Dan. Thank you very much. When Dan makes a promise, he keeps it. Thank you very much.
Just touch it.
Yeah, listen to that engine, buddy. It's one of the first thing I want to do. Like this weekend, I'm gonna stay at my parents' house, and I'll let him go for a drive.
That's nice. Very nice.
Let him.
Touch it, feel it, smell it.
Yeah.